Welcome to Money Talks Leaders Listen, the podcast where financial news meets your financial leadership and financial acumen development. Hi, I'm your host, Sophia Melanie of the Debt Demolisher TV, and I am thrilled to be back in the booth for another transparent and eye-opening conversation with you. In today's episode, we're going to discuss the implications of neglecting your responsibilities and how it can hurt your financial situation. After being on a 5 to 6 month hiatus and having a lack of zeal in my personal financial goals, I have personally suffered the consequences of this. And I know others have encountered the same situation. And because I'm not the only one, there's some more light to shed on this topic. So if you're ready to delve in and learn how to overcome the hurdles of neglecting your financial life, let's go. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melanie. In this season of time, everyone has been feeling some type of pressure. Whether it be financial pressure, life pressure, mental pressure, physical pressure, the list goes on and on and on. When these moments of pressure occur, it can cause some of us to literally check out. And my friends, I found myself in a tough spot this year where I had to check out. I was overwhelmed with work and the stresses of life, dealing with a lot of hardships in my family, and I had no choice but to take a break. But it ended up being a 4 to 5 month hiatus where I mentally checked out. My work and my personal life were just taking a toll on my emotional health, and I just didn't have the energy nor the mental fortitude to operate in my normal flow. I thought maybe taking a short break would help. However, it spiraled into a 5 to 6 month hiatus of neglecting everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. I lost all stamina and motivation for the things I loved and the responsibilities that I had. During my hiatus, I lost track of my financial responsibilities. My bills went unpaid. My taxes went unpaid. My tithes went unpaid. My investments weren't monitored. My savings were out of whack. And also my budgeting was non-existent. Yes, you guys, I did not budget during this period. And you know what that resulted in? It resulted in complete financial disarray. Now, financial disarray can take many forms, but here are some that I want to share in terms of some examples. Number one, mounting debt. When you are in financial disarray, that means that you have accumulated high levels of consumer debt, such as your credit card debt, personal loans, without any clear plan for repaying those things. Now, you all know that I am the debt demolisher, and I have a very high, intense focus on debt elimination and debt strategically. However, in this particular case, I did rack up some unnecessary credit card debt during this window, which kind of disappointed me, but you know what? It can happen to anyone at any time. Another example of financial disarray is missing payments. Consistently missing those bill payments like your rent, your mortgage, utilities, your loan payments that you have to make, leading to late fees and even potential damages to your credit score. This is a sign of financial disarray. You guys, I have been behind on several of my bills during this window, catching up maybe every 30 or 45 days, which is not the norm for me. And getting these reminders of bills being missed and late payments and late charges, it really took a toll on me. Another thing is unmonitoring my investments. So I neglected to take a look at what was happening inside of my financial portfolio, and it caused a lot of missed opportunities and a lot of missed losses to take advantage of some of the dips that occurred within the market. Another one, lack of budgeting. I just shared with you guys that I did not have a budget. I did not have a spend plan, and it made it very difficult to track any expenses or even my savings goal. And to be honest, nothing was being tracked during this window except until I got out of this rut and I began to get back on track with certain things. Not having specific emergency funds is another example of financial disarray. When you have no savings set aside for those unexpected expenses or for those unexpected emergencies, this will leave you vulnerable to financial crisis. Another example of financial disarray is overdrawing your accounts. Frequently frequently overdrawing on your checking accounts or your savings accounts due to insufficient funds, that results in bank fees, which costs us money, which can intensify the financial stress that we might have. Financial stress can cause you to feel overwhelmed and stressed about your financial matters, and that can lead to impacting your financial health, your mental health, as well as your overall well-being. Unmanaged tax obligations is another example of financial disarray. When you're not staying on top of your tax obligations, you're failing to file your tax returns, or you're underpaying your taxes, that could lead to a lot of penalties and interest that you really don't want to be able to have at this point. For example, this was the latest that I've ever, and I mean ever in history, have filed my tax returns late. I always file early in the beginning of the year, but because of the way this year kind of panned out for me, I literally just filed my tax returns, and this is the latest that I've ever done it. I've been behind on even all of my taxes for my businesses, so I found myself filing about 10 to 12 tax returns for my business as well as myself during this window. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is not something that you want to get yourself into. I'm just telling you, take it from me. Don't get yourself into the situation that I got myself into. It is hard, but I know we're having this conversation, which is why I want to be able to share some tips with you as well. So going over these signs of financial disarray and addressing them often requires some proactive steps in order for you to be able to regain control over your finances. So the first step is, number one, acknowledging the situation that you're in and seeking any professional help or professional advice where applicable. So a financial advisor can help with assisting you with assessing the damage that you created, helping you create a plan to get out of that damage and get you back on track. You could also leverage your pastor or spiritual leader who can support you if their ministry provides that level of service. You can also leverage your employee assistance programs, better known as EAP, if you work for a company that offers it. You can even search for a therapist or financial therapist to help you break free from the rut. Sometimes it just takes a moment for you to pull yourself out and just get one glimpse of hope that will snap you back into reality. So when you want to be able to reestablish your financial responsibility, it's essential to take that next step. Now, you may be wondering, now how do I go about doing this? Well, for starters, you must start small. For me, I reestablished my financial responsibilities by identifying what was outstanding and getting caught up as much as feasibly possible, as quickly as possible. I spent the day going through all of my mail, going through all of my mom's mail, checking everything, going through all of my accounts, seeing what was outstanding, and just tuttling away at that computer. I spent 7 hours at my computer today, bouncing through bills, paying bills, making phone calls, following up, and getting myself into a space where I said, okay, let me see how much I can get caught up on as quickly as possible. The next thing I did was I created my budget. I went back into my budget plan. What are the things that I need to pay? What are some of the things that I can update in terms of my automatic bill pay to make sure that things are paid on time? How can I restructure my savings and my investment portfolio in order to make it more of a hands-off approach, but still incorporating those check-ins? Remember, you guys, automation is key. When you're building financial resilience, it is crucial in this game and even in life in general. So here are some pointers for you to consider to strengthen your financial well-being. Start an emergency fund to weather any unexpected financial storm, and make sure that you stay engaged with your financial responsibilities even during those challenging times. Regular financial check-ins are vital. And I know we talk about having the schedule to have our budget meetings with ourselves, but when we're in a moment where we can fall into a rut and we get back off track, it is essential and pivotal to understand the power of regular reviews. So set up your schedule for regular reviews. If it's quarterly, if it's monthly, if it's weekly, whatever your frequency is that works best for you and your goals, as well as your level of activity, is going to be imperative. And as you regularly conduct your check-ins, you have to track your performance. Assess the performance of your finances. Assess the performance of your investments. Assess the performance of your budgets. Assess the performance of your savings. Assess the performance of your timeliness and staying on top of your bills. That way you can compare and develop benchmarks that can help you figure out what is a more adequate frequency for you in terms of tracking your performance as well as scheduling those regular reviews. Understand the power of risk tolerance. When you're going through any financial phase, you got to look at what are you willing to handle? How much can you tolerate? Some of us may not be able to handle the burden and the rush of so much, which is why I said in the beginning, start small, do things piecemeal. If you have a low risk tolerance, then you definitely want to start as small as possible and take those baby steps to take actions within your financial life. You want to stay informed. Keep up to speed. Stay abreast on the financial news. Stay abreast on the trends. Stay abreast on what's happening inside of your bank accounts, most importantly, so that way you can be able to maneuver and take different measures as you see fit, or call in other experts and supporting folks that can help you with assessing where you are. Leveraging those technology tools, finding automations on things, utilizing apps, utilizing templates, utilizing computer screens that can help you with tracking and analyzing your financial data. And most importantly, you guys, you have to adjust. When you review, you have to adjust. Not only is it important for you to review and adjust, but you got to document your goals and keep record of those things so that way you can continue to keep your momentum. And as you're moving along and you're trying to get back into things, you want to stay patient with yourself. Be patient as you navigate this emotional journey for yourself. I had to be patient with me. I had to recognize that when it comes to any situation that is causing disarray within your life, you're not going to always bounce back immediately. You have to give yourself the space and the grace to come back at your time when God wants you to come back. So if you are in a situation and you may find yourself in a similar situation as me, don't be afraid to seek out help. Don't be afraid to take those small, consistent steps so that you can work your way to recovery. Both your mental and your financial health are extremely important, and it's possible to bounce back even through the toughest setbacks. Let me be the one to testify to you on today. The bounce back is absolutely possible, and you can overcome any setback. Reflecting on my behavior over these last 5 to 6 months has me a little perplexed, but honestly, taking intentional steps to overcome this challenging hiatus and seeing the impact it had on my financial position has been so eye-opening. It's a reminder of the importance of balance. It's a reminder of the importance of resilience. It's a reminder of the importance of seeking support during those tough times. Don't fall in your shell. Allow someone to help you pull yourself out to be the best version of you. As we conclude this episode of navigating the ups and downs of life, I want you to remember that life has its ups and downs, but with determination and the right strategies, you can overcome the hurdles and find your way to financial and mental well-being, just like I have. Thank you for joining us today on Money Talks Leaders Listen on the Debt Demolisher TV, a place where we explore the latest financial news, decoding complex market trends, and offering insights that can help you make informed decisions about your financial life. We hope this episode has provided you with invaluable insights and strategies to overcome when life tries to throw you off course. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast for more insights on personal finance and economic topics. Until next time, stay informed and empowered. Remember, your financial prosperity awaits you, and so does your financial sanity. You already know what I'm going to tell you to do, and that is what? Get to work. All right now. Bye. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Meloni. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Meloni.